Well, hello and welcome to the Amish Furniture Insider. He's the insider. He's Brent Steiner. I'm Rusty Humphries, and we are in Amish country.
We are in Amish country.
What is this area called?
Well, the area or the building?
The area.
We're in Wayne County, Apple Creek, Ohio.
Okay, near Mount Hope.
Near Mountain Hope, Ohio.
Okay, it's very beautiful.
Right in the middle of Amish country.
Right in the middle of Amish country, and we are here at Weaver Woodcraft.
Right.
And what do they do here?
Right here they make tables. One of our premier table makers. Today we're going to go in. They aren't working today, unfortunately, but we're going to be able to see what they do, explain what they do, and show you where a quality made furniture dining room table is made. We
got a chance to talk with the owner of the place. His name is what?
Irvin.
Irvin. We got a chance to talk to Irvin. Irvin's an Amish guy, but they don't like getting on camera, do they?
They do not like to be shown on camera.
Is it a religious thing?
It is a religious thing.
Okay,
yes.
So we're going to, of course, honor their religious beliefs, but to go into their property, they're very excited about letting us going around and showing you everything. So inside they do what? They do tables and they do chairs, right?
All he does is tables.
All he does is tables.
Yep. He has another manufacturer that makes chairs for him.
All right, let's go in and take a look at how they make tables here in Amish country.
So as you know, Amish don't use electricity. So how do they make the furniture? Well, we're going to show you one setup here. We've got a diesel engine here, and yes, it is a rather large diesel engine, and one of the more sophisticated ones. He updated about 5 years ago, and he went from engine to using the engine with a generator versus a hydraulic system. So he has updated what he does here. So with using the generator, he is generating his own electricity. So that again is part of their religious beliefs, as well as, you know, not being on video.
So what does this do to help make the table?
It runs all the machineries. It runs every light. They have lights in there, and they also have table saws, which we'll see in a little bit.
Okay.
Runs all the machinery.
So instead of using just regular electrical, they use this.
Exactly. Instead of going off the grid, they generate their own. And the engine runs off of natural gas. All right, so in addition to being efficient, the engine, of course, is going to generate a lot of heat. So one way that they heat their shop during the wintertime is they've got these fans, and they've got a duct system. So they'll turn the fans on here, and it runs out through a duct system up to their shop. So they're using the heat off of their engine to heat their facility during the wintertime. And of course, it gets cold here in Ohio during the winter. So this is what they call their basement. Well, in their basement, they make a lot of the table parts. So here you got the aprons that go on the tables, and over here to the left, you've got a lot of table parts. The pedestals, the legs, and things where they store. So when the orders come in, they pull them off, prep them, get them ready, sand them down, and that process. And then as we walk further into their basement, again, more storage for that. In this area is where they prep a lot of the table parts, where they'll cut the table legs down. So you've got a lot, as you can see, a lot of machinery here. You got a huge table saw, you got the joiners, the band saws, then over here you got a smaller table saw. They also do the sanding. This is their sanding area, and this they have air that'll pull the dust down so it isn't blowing all over the shop and getting in your face in that period.
How long does it take to make a table? Is that a 10-minute process?
To make a table, well, they will probably do about 10 to 15 tables a day. So divide that up in an 8 hour period. So you're about table an hour roughly.
And how many guys do they normally have working?
They've got about 4 or 5 guys here working in this portion of the shop.
Now, in addition, difference between, you know, those guys making a table an hour and let's say an IKEA, they're popping out, you know, thousands in an hour, right? I mean, there's their difference.
Well, there's your difference between quality and not having much quality between IKEA. And you're talking about a quality product, hands-on product, and as we've always said, a handmade product. And they're proud of what they make. So, of course, it's going to take a little bit longer, but you're going to get a much better made product.
For you as the Amish Furniture Insider guy, what is it about this that really captures your attention, that you really love about this process?
Well, there's a lot of things. I look around it and I see the different woods just automatically. I've seen some maple legs there. I've seen some walnut ones over here on this other table. To me, it's the variety of things. I love wood. So there you've got maple. Here you've got, that looks like the no, that's just the regular red oak. Here you've got walnut. And to me, I just love the smell of the wood. I mean, the wood being made when it's cut and just every part of it. I've always said don't have time to make it, so I love selling it because that is my passion.
And as a guy that studies this stuff and has kind of lived it your whole life, can you tell just by looking at it that this is something quality, that this is luxurious? What is it about? You were showing the wood. What else gets your attention that goes, man, this is good stuff?
Well, when it's being handmade and it's attention to detail, you're going to love those pieces because you know what's been put into it. It's not just somebody sitting in a factory just moving things through. They're spending time making this piece. And, you know, it's just awesome.
I see these ones that are bent. That can't be easy to do. Do you know how to do this?
Those are steam bent, and actually it's a separate Amish shop that does that. So they will order those in from them. So it's all steam bent. I don't exactly know their total process, but it's also a huge facility that they have in order to do that. Supply a lot of Amish shops here. So, but as you can see, typically if you would go into some of the non-Amish made tables, the way they do it is they'll have cuts the whole way around this whole bend so they can bend the tables. Well, if you look at the Amish ones, you don't see any cuts. It's because of how they do it. It's quality, well-made product. They just have the amazing technology that they do with that. So from here, they have an upstairs where the final product is getting done. Oh, I should mention, right here you see the piles. Here are the glue ups, so for the tabletops. So this is where they pick their parts for, like, say a 42-inch by 42-inch table. They'll grab the parts for that, which they've ordered from a separate shop that does glue ups. So they put all the pieces together here. They may order a couple parts from a different Amish furniture or specialty shop. Then the parts come here and they do the final detail. All right, folks, so this is where it all happens. Not a real large area, but a very productive area. You've got areas here where they will put the tables together. And of course, remember I said that they weren't working today, so they don't have everything laid out. So you've got prep tables. As you see, the aprons that we saw downstairs in their basement that they will put on the tables. There happens to be the base that's going to go with that because it is in the wormy maple. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different areas where they'll have the tabletop sitting on. They'll put the slides on the tables in these areas, as well as the aprons, and get them fitted just perfect. And then over here to the right, you'll see a large belt sander. You'll see here, that's a sanding belt. And that mechanism goes back and forth to sand the tabletop. So you get a nice, even top. And they'll do that with the leaves in it if the tabletop has leaves, so that everything is perfect when the leaves are in the table. They'll close it up, make sure everything is great the whole time. So if you look on the wall, they have all their different patterns because there's different shapes that they do the tables in. So they've got patterns done out for all of them so they can easily pull the pattern down, mark it, cut it out. Because when you order from us, we can do different shapes when it comes to the table corners. So just looking here, all right, so this is the, when I order in, I want the 4-inch radius corner. So here's their 4-inch radius. There's their 3-inch radius, their 2-inch radius. So we have all those options. So then they just mark it and they'll cut it out again by hand. It's not a machine that's computerized and doing it. They are doing it by hand. So here's a very popular end that we use, the bow end pattern for 42 or 36. So again, they're marking that off and cutting it by hand. So again, not a large facility here, but a very well handmade product, which is going to last for a lifetime. And it's break time.
Let's take a break.
It's time for Stephanie's tip of the day. Hi, I'm Stephanie Steiner, and I've got a tip of the day for you. So you remember those old Scotch guarded fabrics? Well, they don't have those anymore. They have something called Krypton and Lifestream fabrics, and they're your performance fabrics. They are great fabrics. So, you know the stains that are really hard to get off, like your coffee and your wines? Well, let me show you. Here's coffee. We're just going to sprinkle some coffee on here. And let's compound that with wine. Oh, wine. Red wine. Ugh. And I'm in no hurry to, get this off. Red wine and coffee. I forgot my paper towel. So, we're just gonna blot it up. You can see, I can still see it a little bit. No big deal. I'm gonna take a little soap and water, if you can still see it. So a little soap, a little water, and I'm just gonna blot. That's gonna come right out of there. And it's gone. And if you look on the other side of that fabric, it didn't even sink through. That's my tip of the day.
Okay, so we've now learned what it looks like inside an Amish furniture table making facility. What is it about this place? I mean, there's a lot of different facilities that you could go to, right, but you're the insider. You know this Amish furniture. You've lived with it. I've been near the house that you grew up in, so you grew up in this area. What is it about this place that's so special, that's the place to go?
Well, the main reason, a couple reasons. We've been buying tables from this manufacturer for 23 years, and the reason is, it is by far one of the best shops in Wayne and Holmes County, quality-wise to buy product for table products. And so,
is there a way to tell one shop is better than another? The reason why this place is so great?
You just kind of learn that over time, okay, from year to year. If we have issues, which is very next to none, you know you want to stick with that product.
Right.
You know, so you hear things, people talk, so you know where to go and where not to go. It's a small community, so you learn a lot of that stuff.
You know, and it's one of the reasons why you want to go to Steiner's Amish Furniture, because this guy's the expert. He's the insider. He knows the questions to ask that maybe you don't. Certainly I don't know to ask. I know, wow, that's a pretty table, but why is it great? Why is this going to last for generation after generation? And Brent's the guy that knows this stuff.
All right, so here is their finished product and their finished shop area. Of course, I always buy the product from them unfinished, but here is the finished product, some of their pedestals here, and they stack up the tables on these racks until it comes to get picked up by whoever purchased them. So that's a beautiful pedestal right there. Some chairs over here, which again, he doesn't manufacture those, but he also purchased those from another Amish builder here in the area locally. So there's two chairs showing those are walnut. Walnut is really coming into style right now, and it's just beautiful wood. It's the mid-century modern. A lot of people will use that for, it's very popular with that style, the mid-century modern style. It's a more expensive wood. The black walnut, it's not as readily available, you know, the supply and demand, so the price is going to be a little bit higher on that, but it's just beautiful. You don't put any, to me, you don't put any stain on this wood because it's just beautiful as it is.
How can people find Steiner's Amish Furniture? Where do they go?
Well, we have two locations. We have one in Chandler at the corner of Chandler Heights and Alma School.
And that's a brand new location.
That's a brand new location.
Yeah.
Our main location, or one we've had for 20 years, is in Sun City, 107th Avenue and Grand Avenue. Or you can also look us up on the website. Shop us before you come in.
What's the website?
It's safaz.net or steinersAmishFurniture.com.
All right, we've got the link in the show notes, so make sure you do that. Do us a favor, would you please subscribe. Tell your friends. If you are somebody that loves Amish furniture, or you know someone that does, this is the Amish Furniture Insider. Brent Steiner, he knows this stuff as well as anybody on the planet. You're going to learn so much about Amish furniture. How's it made? Where's it made? Who makes it? We're going to show you all those things. So please keep watching, subscribe, tell your friends, and we will catch you next time. I'm Rusty Humphries. He's Brent Steiner, and this is the Amish Furniture Insider.